$6 coffees. It's coming to an end, guys. This is it. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your homemade stein of coffee because it's cheaper, because we're going to talk about this article looking at $6 coffees. Now, I used to be a bit of a coffee snob. You know, I've got a machine here, can make a really nice cappuccino, a proper one. I even used to grind my own beans, but I kind of got over that. I've gotten really lazy, and I've trained myself to really enjoy just Aldi instant coffee. Don't get me wrong, I like a good cappuccino, but I also don't mind the $1 ones from 7-Eleven, hashtag not sponsored. I would love a coffee sponsorship. Maybe I should do what the Quartering does and start my own coffee brand. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I should get into that. I should look into that, actually. You know, grind the whole beans down and make it nice. And because here's one story. I was, when I had an office and we had staff, whenever a client would come in or anyone would come in, we'd offer them a nice cappuccino. So the staff would all learn to make good coffee, just because we had to. It was always polite to offer someone a coffee. And, I'd always ask them to make me a coffee. I would say, do you want a coffee? Can you make one for me too? And they got really good at it because we had a machine that was not commercial, but it had a pump in it and it was semi-commercial. It was pretty good for a little office. And I was always worried that they could earn a shitload more money being a barista than as a architectural student draftsperson. But, that's always the backup career. But still, $6 for a coffee, you're going to have to really have a cute coffee girl there attracting the blokes to warrant charging that. So let's have a look. Cafe owner fires back after customer blasts $6 for a tiny coffee. Now, honestly, that $6 is probably completely fair. I mean, we've got rising costs for everything. Everything is going to get more expensive. We've got fruit and veg going through the roof, and everyone seems to think it's just greedy, bloody businesses, and they seem to have forgotten that we've changed from a pick rate to an hourly rate for a lot of the fruit pickers. That never seems to get any mention. I'm sure it's just all transitory, guys. These high prices won't stay. Sure. So, 7-Eleven is definitely doing a loss leader with their coffee at $1. So, a war over caffeine has broken out in Melbourne, with customers plotting to boycott a neighborhood icon. They're branded an embarrassment. Really? Do people have time for this shit, honestly? To boycott a business and all this stuff, I guess. Remember that, what was it, that Melbourne cafe we talked about on the channel where they would charge men extra? Remember that one? And they went bust. It's true. Go woke, go broke. That is true. But the sad thing is, I think our whole country is going woke, so we're going to go broke. And I'm still working on, you may have seen if you're on the community tab, I'm going through some research on, the actual cost of electricity and comparing and contrasting renewables with real electricity, or real renewables with traditional energy generation. And there's some real surprising things in there that I think will make a good video. Anyway, keep asking me if you're responding to the post. Keep asking me challenging questions because I'll make sure to respond to them in the video. Anyway, it follows a spat of words between the new owner and a high-profile customer just a day after Pantry Glen Iris reopened its doors in the city's southeast this week under new management. My favorite cafe reopened with new owners. So now our tiny 2 coffees cost $12. Victoria Devine, the financial advisor behind the She's on the Money podcast, wrote on Instagram. I remember back in the long before time when we didn't have a kid or 6, Rachel and I would go out every weekend for a breakfast. We'd go to a little cafe for breakfast. That would be our treat to us. Now, that is impossible now because you take a bunch of kids to a breakfast restaurant. They'll be fine. They'll behave. They'll enjoy it, but it's so damn expensive. You can't eat out with kids. It's just nuts. Anyway, so we'd go to this one little cafe in Wollongabba, and I remember we went there every week, and it changed hands. And the new owners gutted it and changed it to some weird, British theme with British flags everywhere. And I remember we came in to sit down. We normally spend like $30 to $50 back then. And I remember I bought a coffee from somewhere else, and they said, "Oh, you can't bring that in here." And I go, "Well, I'm here to spend all this money on your breakfast. What do you want? You're going to cop me not, bringing a coffee in because I went and bought the paper as well somewhere else?" They wouldn't have it. So, well, they lost their business. So you gotta, weigh it up a little bit. I mean, come on. So customers paying for talent. Despite not mentioning or tagging the cafe in question, owner Julian Mussi fired back with a private message that has since gone viral after Mr. Devine shared it with her 43,700 followers. Ladies and gentlemen, the new owner of Patrick Lynn Iris, she wrote on her stories, nice, real nice. In a screenshot of the direct message, Mr. Mosi starts his reply with the words predictable. Our pricing is a reflection of our talent, not your budget, he told the influencer. Best find yourself another local. There's a 7-Eleven nearby that does $1 coffees. Yeah, and they're bloody good, okay? I don't give a shit what you say, that they're not good. I've had a lot of good coffee, and I've had a lot of terrible coffee. I've been in a lot of wanky bullshit establishments where they do all this bullshit with the pressing and the beans, and it's all just wanky crap. I went to one place. Oh, I remember. I went to one place in the city, and I could pick my beans and have different type of beans. They had like a menu, and I just wanted a bloody coffee. Okay, I just paid a shitload for parking. I had to go to a meeting. I didn't want to pick a bean. I wanted a coffee. Maybe I'm just too broken to be a coffee wanker, guys. Maybe that's it. It just took me getting older to discover who I really am. I can drink my instant plonk here with no cream or sugar and bloody well put up with it like a proper man. Because, once it all collapses, guys, once civilization reaches the point where the bloody greenies want us to go back to Roman level technology for the good of humanity, we'll be bloody well, having a freeze. Oh, shit, we won't get instant coffee then because it's freeze dried. Crap, I'm screwed. So yeah, I mean, $1 7-Eleven coffee, it's fine. It tastes good. A robot makes it, sure. You got to press a few buttons, but come on. Anyway, otherwise get a real job that pays properly so you can afford the good things in life. Oh, mate, shit. That's a bad move. I mean, he's probably pissed off because, influencers can be, wankers and saying, give me a deal, this or this, or free meals. South Park has done a video on it. I'm there, Bunnings trying to get a Zito deal. I can't be bothered ringing them up. I really should. But they kind of want the more Instagram, pretty people making the things, not a, middle-aged dad putting concrete in a hole. Although I'm using a Zito pumps. # not sponsored. Anyway. In a follow-up story, let's see what they're saying here. Ladies and gentlemen, the owner, yep. So what did he say? Predictable. Yes. Otherwise, get a real job. Yeah. My favorite cafe reopened. Let's keep that in mind. That I posted this story this morning. I didn't tag the cafe where I was. Only people who knew which cafe. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah. The people you employ, nice. What do you mean? Otherwise, get a real job that pays properly. What's she saying there? Get a real job. You're a social media person. That's not a real job. Okay? As someone who does YouTube, it's not a real job. Okay? Guys, this is fun. This is relaxing. I mean, a friend put me on to another big YouTuber that was talking about all the stress and issues that could come from YouTube. And I think the difference is I'm approaching this as, someone a bit older that has had real stress and real responsibility and has run a business. So the drama of YouTube, I mean, I woke up one day and my channel was completely deleted. The drama of YouTube and the risk associated with that is nothing compared to, doing a whole project for a client and then stiffing you on $100,000. You got to wait a month for it to get paid, or another 2 months or 3 months, and you have to keep all your staff going. You need to get more jobs coming in. You got to keep the machine spinning. It's easy. Oh, well. Anyway, so in a follow-up story, Mr. Vine defended her remarks, saying it's totally relatable to not love the coffee that goes from being $4 to $6. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. She's talking about inflation here, and I agree. But this is what's happening, guys. You know? If you want minimum wages high, if you want the casual workers to get the sick leave, everything's going to go up. Okay? You know, you can't wish for all this stuff and not realize that we're going to pay for it one way or another. It's the same thing when people call for, you know, we need tariffs here to protect Australia. That we're the ones paying for that shit, guys. It's not other countries. We're screwed. The bloody consumers. We're the ones that get done over every time. She further took aim at Mr. Musi, who is the director of the Only Hospitality Group, which owns 22 venues, flagging her favorite part of his comment, which told her to get a real job. I don't get that, you know? I can't stop thinking about this. If you think I should get a real job, then what on earth do you think about all your staff who work in your cafes? He thinks they've got a real job. Okay? He's pulling you out for being a bloody social media person. I mean, good on her. I like she's on the Money podcast. You know, a financial advisor. I mean, that's a real job. Maybe he doesn't know that, you know? Maybe he just sees her as an Instagrammer. But I mean, look at him. He's probably doing the same shit as well on Instagram. I got friends that you know, I don't know, pose and do this crap. I'm not on Instagram, guys, very much. I don't get it. You know, maybe I'm just too old for this shit. The comments say a lot about how much you respect the people. It says nothing about that. She's jumping to conclusions. I love this. The funniest thing is you genuinely think people care for your opinion. Well, they obviously do. If she's got that many followers, 43,000 followers, they do care for her opinion. Okay, so he's been a dick too, both of them. $6 coffee though, guys, okay? And what's this bagging of 7-Eleven coffees? I've gone to expensive cafes and had the shittest coffees, okay? It comes down to the skill of the barista and the quality of the beans and how well the machine is maintained and even the water that you have and the temperature that you get it to. They say his comments were misconstrued. Yeah, I think so. His remarks have been misconstrued. He claims Mr. Vine had been trolling Pantry Glen Ellis's Instagram account. Regarding the job comment, it was suggesting she stopped tasking herself with trolling our account and finding something better to do, he told Yahoo News Australia on Friday. I understand she's a very successful influencer, which is fantastic. I don't judge or have an opinion on anyone's profession. We treat everyone on merit. Well, yeah, I mean, if you get someone just sending you trolls and being a dick, you're going to slap back, you know? Social media backlash. Pantry Glen Ellis's Instagram account has since been flooded with backlash following the heated exchange. Yeah, I care about Victoria's opinion, one person wrote. It seems the only talent you have is running away from customers with your $6 coffee and shitty attitude. Hundreds of thousands of people listen to Victoria, and you've just lost a lot of customers. Rather than find a new local, the new local should find a new manager, someone said. What's this? Is $6 for a coffee too much? I'm not voting in this, but, you know. Many riled up users threaten to go elsewhere. I can't wait to try my 7-Eleven coffee before I go and start my non-real job, one person claimed. I mean, okay, being a social media influencer isn't a real job, okay? Come on, guys. It's not. Well, it's like being an independent contractor. In some ways, it's harder than a job, to be honest. I mean, if that's all you got. But she's a financial advisor. She should be fine. So, will not be visiting another route. Don't have a real enough job. But for some locals, it was a personal hit to their history. I grew up going to the Glen Iris Milk Bar, then Pantry, knowing the owners once said. It was once a neighborhood icon, now an embarrassment. 1,500 customers in the first 2 days. But for Mr. Musi, any press is good press. My response to the negative comments is that everyone is entitled to their opinion, and I am quite enjoying the entertainment. It's also good for the algorithm. Our customers are very happy and things are going really well. We've had 1,500 people through in our first 2 days, so we're certainly feeling very supported. Yet that even Victoria can come back in yesterday. Well, I mean, there you go, guys. a bit of coffee-fueled social media bullshit. Let's have a talk about this. I think what's been ignored here in all the drama is that you're paying $6 for an 8-ounce coffee. This is inflation creeping up here. Okay, $6. Remember when $5 seemed steep for a coffee? $5.50. It's getting up there, guys. This is one of the little luxuries. If you do that a day, every day, 5 days a week, that's $30 a week. That adds up over a year. Okay, and maybe if you're like me, you have more than one coffee. You have 2 or 3. That can really add up to a decent amount of money. $100 a week you could be spending just on coffee as it goes up. That's $400 a month. That can go towards savings. That could go towards investing. If she really is a money manners financial advisor, shit, you should be cutting these coffees out. But I guess my suggestions of learning how to fast to prep your body for going without to make payments is probably not, shall we say, mainstream advice. What do you reckon? So there you go, guys. The day 7-Eleven coffee goes up, then we're in trouble. We're really in trouble then. Why is everyone bagging it? Oh, we're becoming such a country of bloody, snotty bogans, honestly. It's all bullshit. And people posing on Instagram. Come on. I'm too old for this. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. If you want to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. You can financially support us via YouTube or Patreon. Every bit helps fund my coffee addiction. You can use referral links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. Buy our pocket squares. We still have a few left. Or call us if you need an architect, guys. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and let me know your opinions about this one. Do you think being a social media or Instagram person is a real job? And, was he smart and just baiting the trolls to get the algorithmic hit? You tell me. I'll see you next time.